In this video, I'm going to be going over the best team for limited season 6, week 5 in NBA 2K23 My Team. As you guys can see, these are going to be the game requirements. You can only use seasonal base sets and playoff cards only, and then all eligible cards are marked with the limited sticker, and no free agent cards are allowed. So basically just using playoff cards and then some base set cards as well. So talking about the base set cards, I don't think really any of them are going to be that usable because they're all the way back from, I believe, season 4. So you can use like a Shane Battier, you can use like a Joe Smith. So if you have Joe Smith, he might not be still a terrible card in game. Gail Goodrich, Vucevic, John Williams, Cliff Hagan. I mean, if you have any of those cards and you want to use them, I mean, they might not be terrible, but I think you mainly just want to focus on the NBA playoffs cards and using these guys to your best advantage because there's so many great budget options, even as playoff cards, and then obviously the top names as well. So talking about the best limited team in the game, I actually do have a video going over the best playoff team in the game right now, and that's going to be what the best team is for limited. So if you guys want to see what the actual best team is, you guys can go check out that video I posted a couple days ago, just called like best playoff holy voice crack, posted a couple days ago saying it's called like best playoff team in the game right now. So just talking about some other really good budget playoff cards, because I know everyone can't like afford a dark matter LeBron, dark matter KD, Tatum, Jokic, DeAndre Ayton's a guy we'll talk about, but like Brook Lopez, Mitchell Robinson, Kevon Looney, all these great cards, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler. I know not everyone can afford those, and I can't even on my account afford those cards to play for limited. So talking about some great budget options at the small forward position, I do think is going to be the Diamond Rui, and then you evo the Diamond Rui into a Galaxy Opal. Now I don't have the card on my account right now. I was evoing him and then selling him to make some profit, but we'll just assume this is the Galaxy Opal. I think he's an amazing small forward for a playoff card. If we're talking about a really good shooting guard, I think RJ Barrett is another great option at the 2. I think he's a great offensive card, and he only goes for, I want to quickly check his price, but I really don't think he's that expensive. Let me just go quickly check his price right now and see what he's going for. So let me just do this, put another point guard in there. I just want to quickly see what their prices are, because I know Rui's not that expensive. I wonder if RJ, is fairly expensive, because he is a Galaxy Opal. He might go for a decent amount of MT. I mean, honestly, like 50k is not that bad for his pink diamond, which you can evo. Yeah, 40k, 35, yeah, about 35 to 40,000 MT. That is really not that bad for his pink diamond that you can evo into his Galaxy Opal. And he's a really good shooting guard, like 6'6", 94 3 ball, 92 mid range, great at going to the basket. He's going to be one of the better, budget playoff evo cards in the game, at least in my opinion. If you also want to spend a little bit more MT, I think Kevon Looney's a great option as a pink diamond. I know he's a buy now right now. He might have gone up in price a little bit because people have to use these cards for the limited week. So he was about 80 to 90k. Now it looks like he's back up to 100,000 MT. But if you can afford him, I think Kevon Looney is a great power forward, or maybe even center card to have as well. Talking about some other really good budget options is going to be DeAndre Ayton from the Suns. He's only about, I think, 10 to 15k for his pink diamond. Like, yeah, you can actually find his pink diamond for around 10,000 MT. And if you want a really good center, that's probably going to be your best option, on a budget, because the only other 2 guys I can think about are like Mitchell Robinson, Brook Lopez. They're super elite center cards. So yeah, if you want to go afford them, or if you have them on your team, those are great playoff options as well, but those are just going to be super expensive. So Brook Lopez, he would be on the best team in the game. So this is a different type of limited video, because the best team in the game, like I said, is in that video that I posted a couple days ago. If you guys want to go see what the actual best limited team is for this week, using all of the best cards at each position, but no one's really going to be able to afford that, especially if you don't already have the cards, and no one's really going to go ahead and spend 500-600k just to build a team for limited. Probably actually a little bit more MT than that, probably somewhere upper in the millions of MT on a limited team. So I just want to go over some budget options, like Robert Williams. He's a great like power forward as well once you get him up to a Galaxy Opal, and he only goes for, I think, like 10 to 15k for his Galaxy Opal version. So Robert Williams you can run at the 4. So for your starting lineup, you could do something where you go Robert Williams at the 4, and then you go DeAndre Ayton at the 5. I think that's a great starting lineup. You could also have like Jared Allen coming off the bench. He's a really solid amethyst option as well. A little bit annoyed that he didn't get an evo, because I think he could have been a great option at the backup center position, but I think Jared Allen's still a very solid amethyst. And then, like I said, for the starting center, you can go with DeAndre Ayton. And then now all you need for your starting lineup is a point guard. And I don't think there's really too many great, playoff point guards in the game that are somewhat cheap. at least for the guys I know about. Like Derek White, he's actually pretty good. Is he fairly cheap? Yeah, Derek White, I know he's pretty solid. So Derek White could be your starting point guard. You know, you can buy his diamond for only about 5,000 MT, maybe even a little bit lower. I heard that, I know Jamal Murray, he got put in that guarantee pack today for the VC, right? I'm pretty sure he did. So a lot of people are going to get his pink diamond. So he might become fairly cheap and he could be a pretty solid point guard to run, but Derek White might actually be a better point guard. So I would say look for Derek White to be your starting point guard. He's going to be a really good option. You can kind of just scroll through the teams here and look for guys that you think are really elite. But yeah, that can be your starting lineup, is having Derek White at the point guard position, having RJ Barrett at shooting guard, Rui at the 3, Robert Williams at the 4, and then DeAndre Ayton at the 5 is a really good limited starting 5. And then off the bench, you can have cards like Jared Allen. You can maybe look for some other point guards and guards off the bench, but that's going to be a great starting lineup. I think Duncan Robinson, he also has an Evo too, right? I think he does have an Evo. He's a really good a pink diamond card. I believe he goes to a pink diamond. All you need to do to Evo the card is make 5 3-pointers in a single game, score 20 points in a single game, and then grab 3 rebounds in a single game as well. And he's a very solid pink diamond, so he could play the shooting guard position off the bench for you if you wanted to, you know, as a pink diamond. I think he's a really good option. So you just want to be using these kind of cheaper options, you know, amethysts that maybe get evoed up. I think those are going to be the best cards to go with because they're going to be fairly cheap and also evo up to a pretty good card as well. So these are the guys that I'd recommend running for this week's limited. Let me know in the comment section down below what cards you guys are using for limited. Like DeJounte Murray, he would be a great backup point guard as well, especially at the pink diamond tier. I got to go ahead and evo all these cards. I do have him unauctionable. He's a really good card. Desmond Bane, right? Like he's fairly cheap. I think Desmond Bane's like 35k for his amethyst version, maybe 40k at most, and he's going to be a very solid dark matter. So you could run something like this off your bench. There's just so many great playoff cards you guys can run once they are evoed. But let me know in the comment section down below what cards you guys are going to be running for this week's limited, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.